Hello everybody. In this short video of our training program, I would like to give you an introduction to some key concepts, some important information that you definitely must to know in order to create a useful and attractive website for big conference or big events. Those two words are the key for building up a powerful website. First, being attractive is definitely a must in our days because we need to ensure that our user will stay in our web page at first sight. In order to do that, there are too many technologies that allow us to create beautiful websites in a short period of time. Websites that we are able to access no matter which kind of device the user has. This is called fully responsive. No matter if it is a phone, a tablet, laptop, PC, or even a TV. We need to impact our users. So, however, these kind of things are really important. The most critical thing is to arrange, organize the information to display the user. That is the most important thing. So we need to combine them. Depending on what you are offering in your conference, I suppose that you are going to offer the location service or even a video or just showing important information, no matter what it is. We need to ensure that our users are going to find all this information quickly, and all this information is shown in a proper and a clearly way. There are too many websites in internet about the latest trends in web design. You definitely have to check it out. Search for web designs 2014 or 2015. And we are going to find some words like simplicity, touch-oriented, more videos, less text. So definitely a person that are going to create a website have to check the latest trends in web design. Now in this video we are going to talk about the following topics.
At the beginning, we are going to discuss about the main platforms for create websites. Those platforms are called CMSs, which means Content Management Systems. Then we are going to discuss what are domains, hostings, and which are the best options to buy. Then I will introduce the key concepts about CMSs, and at the end I will show you which are the main steps for the creation of a website. So, first of all, we need to clarify what CMS stands for. CMS is Content Management System. CMS, in an easy way to explain, it is a database that stores articles, posts, user data, and all other information in a web server. A CMS is very useful because you can create web pages without almost any knowledge of programming languages. However, the more you know, the better website you can create. CMS also includes features for configuring the website, posting stories, generate pages dynamically, or allowing to install plugins which are at the end, they are doing a specific function in our page. Functions like send emails to our accounts, show pictures in different ways, connecting and showing information from another web page, showing information from social networks, and pretty much everything else that you can need for a website. Nowadays, in all over the world, a big percentage of the websites are using content management systems, and most of them are using one of the following CMSs. The first one, Drupal, is the best option for developers. Drupal is favorite because it is most customizable of all the three options that we are going to discuss today, and is one of the best suited for larger enterprise sites with thousands of pages. It also has a reputation for being the most secure of the top systems. Joomla occupies the middle ground between the other two open source systems. Nowadays, in all over the world, a big percentage of the websites are using a content management system. Today, I will show you the top 3 CMS around the world. First, WordPress. WordPress is by far the most widely used CMS. It began as a blogging platform and remains a popular choice for blog-heavy websites. However, you can use it to build other kinds of websites as well. WordPress stands out for ease of use. Designers in particular seem to prefer it over Drupal and Joomla. However, even with its large selection of plugins, it's not as customizable as other systems. As a second option, we have Drupal. Whereas designers seem to prefer WordPress, Drupal is a favorite among developers. It's the most customizable of the big 3, the one best suited for large enterprise sites with thousands of pages. It also has a reputation for being the most secure of the top systems. As a third option, we have Joomla. Joomla occupies a middle ground between WordPress and Drupal. It's more customizable than WordPress, and some regard it as being easier to use than Drupal. It also contains a big suite of add-ons that people can use, some of them without any cost. Joomla is getting more and more popular because its power and its ease to use. This is why in the following parts of this video, we will develop our first website on the Joomla platform. Nonetheless, try all of them out and decide for yourself which one is the best for fits your needs and the needs of your clients. What are domains, hosting, and which are the best options? When we are going to build a website from the scratch, we need a domain name and a hosting service in order to be able to view the website. Domain name in this specific context are pretty much like entries in a phone book. Every web server has a unique number to access it, but it is much easier to remember a name. That specific name, according to Wikipedia, is an identification string that defines a realm of administrative autonomy, authority, or control within the Internet. Depending on the activity or business of the website, the syntax of the domain name will end with a specific suffix like .com, .org, .net, and so on. Before you get a domain, the domain provider ensures that this name is available and is unique on Internet. Regarding the hosting, since a web page is more or less a bunch of files, then we need to put those files in the cloud. It means in a physical device. This is what we call web server or data center. Web hosts are companies that provide a space on a web server owned or leased for use by clients. Currently, we can find out that there are too many companies offering so many services that include domain, file hosting, video hosting, email hosting, all of them together. So we can search in internet for the top of the most known hosting and domain providers. Among them, we can mention www.web.com, GoDaddy.com, HostGator.com. However, if you want to see a comparison of prices and services, you can go directly to top10bestwebsitehosting.com and check what is the best option for you. Introducing key concepts about CMS. As I mentioned before, the top 3 CMS all around the world are Joomla, Drupal, and WordPress. All of them have similar features, but in this case we are going to focus in Joomla. But all of them has an administrative side. What is this? Actually, when you are using a CMS, you will have 2 different websites. One for your customers, that is the main website, and the another one is the website for user administrators. Those users administrators are at the end the ones who are able to change and modify all the content in the first website. It means in the front end. To write an article, you just need to go to menu, create new article, and put the text, images, or video that you need. Also, in a web page, you can create modules. Modules are small pieces of code or text that you can put in several web pages or several articles. Also, you can embed components, which are the functions that allows you, for instance, send specific emails or create a specific category for images. All the functions that you can possible need it at the end. Also, you can gather some kind of web pages in the same category. This allows you to index websites and search through them more easily. You also can check all the menus and all the navigation that is needed in your website. Remember that it's very important how you organize your information in order to make it more easier to the final user to find it. And at the end, what I mentioned before, the better you know some programming languages, you will be more capable to create better websites. Speaking about programming languages, the standard for create a web page is this language HTML. Also, CSS and JavaScript help us to better design, better appearance, better animations. So you also can find plugins that allows you to insert animations or improve your templates through those plugins. But what about the design? What about if I need to create a website with a beautiful design and I'm running out of ideas? Well, this is one of the great features of the CMS that allows you to find different templates. As CMS, those top 3 CMS that I'm talking about, they are open source. There are millions of templates that you can install right away and have a beautiful website. You just need to create your own pages. So, for example, for Joomla, you can go to Google and search for templates for Joomla, and then you will discover a bunch of templates. So you just need a few time to find the template that you really like. Showing main steps for the creation of a website. Regarding to our experience, I will define 7 steps to create a website for big conferences or big events. The first one is to define how many pages you will need. For sure, you will need pages to show the agenda of the event, the location of the event, what are the main things that you are going to show in this event, what are the maybe artists invited. So you need to focus how many pages you will need. Second, you need to focus in every page which content you will show on all of them. Maybe videos, images, or just text. As a third step, you have to start to searching for templates. Maybe there is in internet a template that you'll use or modify a little bit and change some colors, and then you will have like more than a half of the work already done, because the appearance is at the end one thing that we need to create impact in our users. Remember that those templates should be full responsive. That means that it should be visible for any kind of device, no matter if it is a phone, a PC, or a tablet. So search for fully responsive. The another step is, of course, buy the domain and hosting. I already show you some good options to buy these kind of things. The next step is, of course, install Joomla. You can Google it and download one package that you need to upload to your web server. This will allow you to start the installation, which is very easy. In this picture you can see just 3 steps. Configure your database, and then you are ready to go. Once you are inside of the administrative side, you can start to create your pages and menus, and also install plugins if you need it. So more or less, this is the way to create a website. And the final step, which is really important, is to share it. Remember to use social networks, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So thank you for your attention.